Princess Leonor confirms. Her marriage to Prince Christian is happening next week. The champagne flutes trembled in the hands of seasoned royal correspondents as Princess Leonor of Spain stepped up to the golden podium at the Palacio de la Zarzuela, her voice steady but her eyes sparkling with barely contained emotion. "I can finally share what my heart has known for years," she began, her words cutting through the hushed anticipation of the packed press room. "Prince Christian and I will be married next week, in what will be the most significant royal union of the 21st century." The announcement sent shockwaves through European royal circles and beyond, marking the end of months of speculation and the beginning of what historians are already calling a matrimonial event that will reshape the future of European monarchy. But this wasn't just any royal engagement announcement, it was a declaration of love that transcends borders, traditions, and the very fabric of royal protocol. A love story written in the stars. The romance between Spain's Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne, and Denmark's Prince Christian, future King of Denmark, reads like a modern fairy tale crafted by destiny itself. Their paths first crossed at the 2019 boarding school in Wales, where both young royals were completing their international baccalaureate. What began as a friendship between two teenagers navigating the unique pressures of royal life blossomed into something far deeper. "They were inseparable from the moment they met," recalls a former classmate who spoke on condition of anonymity. While other students saw them as future monarchs, they saw each other as kindred spirits. Christian would save the last piece of chocolate cake for Leonor at dinner, and she would help him with his Spanish homework. It was beautiful to watch. The relationship weathered the storm of long-distance courtship as both completed their military training in their respective countries. Princess Leonor served with distinction in Spain's military academies, while Prince Christian underwent rigorous training with the Danish armed forces. Their commitment to duty never wavered, but neither did their commitment to each other. Secret weekend rendezvous in neutral locations became the stuff of royal legend. Paparazzi caught glimpses of the young couple skiing in Switzerland, attending private concerts in Vienna, and sharing quiet moments in Copenhagen's Tivoli Gardens. Each sighting fueled speculation, but both royal houses maintained diplomatic silence until now. Breaking royal protocol for love. Princess Leonor's announcement represents more than just a wedding date, it's a revolutionary moment in royal history. Never before has a Spanish heir to the throne chosen to marry the heir of another major European monarchy. The decision required months of delicate negotiations between the Spanish and Danish courts, constitutional lawyers, and government officials from both nations. "This union poses unprecedented constitutional questions," explains Drive. Margaret Thornfield, a leading expert in European royal law at Oxford University. Both Leonor and Christian are destined to be monarchs of their respective nations. The legal frameworks governing their future roles as spouses will require innovative solutions that honor both Spanish and Danish constitutional traditions. The couple's decision to accelerate their wedding timeline caught even their closest advisors off guard. Originally planned for summer 2026, the ceremony was moved up by nearly 2 years following what sources describe as an emotional conversation between the princess and her parents, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia. Leonor presented a compelling case, reveals a palace insider familiar with the discussions. She argued that in an era of global uncertainty, the royal families of Europe needed to demonstrate unity and strength. She saw their marriage not just as a personal commitment, but as a diplomatic bridge between nations. The wedding of the century. Next week's ceremony promises to be the most watched royal wedding since Prince William married Catherine Middleton in 2011. The guest list reads like a who's who of global royalty, with confirmed attendances from the British royal family, the Swedish royal house, the Dutch monarchy, and virtually every crowned head of Europe. The wedding will take place in 2 ceremonies, honoring both Spanish and Danish traditions. The religious ceremony will be held at Madrid's stunning Almudena Cathedral, where Princess Leonor's parents were married in 2004. This will be followed by a civil ceremony at Copenhagen's Christiansborg Palace, symbolizing the union of 2 royal houses and 2 nations. Fashion designers across Europe have been working in unprecedented secrecy to create what industry insiders are calling the dress of the decade. While details remain closely guarded, sources suggest that Princess Leonor's gown will incorporate elements from both Spanish and Danish royal traditions, including lace from her grandmother Queen Sophia's wedding dress and pearls from the Danish crown jewels. The economic impact of the royal wedding is already being felt across both nations. Tourism boards in Madrid and Copenhagen report unprecedented booking surges, with hotels fully booked months in advance. Spanish and Danish businesses are capitalizing on royal wedding fever with commemorative merchandise, special menus, and themed events. A modern royal romance. What sets Princess Leonor and Prince Christian apart from previous royal couples is their thoroughly modern approach to monarchy and marriage. Both have been vocal advocates for climate change action, youth empowerment, and social justice. Their shared values and vision for the future of European monarchy have become central to their relationship. They're not just marrying each other, they're marrying their ideals, observes royal biographer Sarah Mitchell. Both Leonor and Christian represent a new generation of royals who see their roles as platforms for positive change rather than merely ceremonial positions. The couple's commitment to transparency has been evident throughout their courtship. They've shared carefully curated glimpses of their relationship through official social media channels, showing themselves volunteering at youth centers, participating in environmental initiatives, and supporting each other at official functions. Their engagement interview, conducted jointly by Spanish and Danish television networks, revealed a couple deeply in love but also acutely aware of their responsibilities. "We know that our marriage will be scrutinized and analyzed," Princess Leonor said, holding Prince Christian's hand. "But we also know that love, when it's real and true, can overcome any challenge." Constitutional challenges and solutions. The upcoming marriage has forced both Spanish and Danish constitutional experts to navigate uncharted territory. Traditional succession laws never anticipated a scenario where two direct heirs to different thrones would marry each other. The solution required months of careful legal crafting and international consultation. Under the agreement reached between both nations, Princess Leonor will remain the heir to the Spanish throne, while Prince Christian will retain his position as heir to the Danish crown. Upon their respective accessions, both will serve as monarchs of their birth nations while their spouse takes on the role of royal consort in the other country. This innovative arrangement required constitutional amendments in both Spain and Denmark, passed with overwhelming support in their respective parliaments. It's a testament to the strength of democratic institutions that both nations were able to adapt their fundamental laws to accommodate love, notes constitutional scholar Professor Eric Anderson. The couple's future children will be unique in royal history, holding dual claims to both Spanish and Danish thrones. A carefully negotiated protocol establishes that the eldest child will inherit the Spanish crown, while the second child will be heir to Denmark. If there is only one child, they will inherit Spain, and the Danish succession will pass to Prince Christian's younger siblings. The global impact. The marriage of Princess Leonor and Prince Christian extends far beyond personal romance or even royal protocol. It represents a new model for European cooperation in the 21st century. Political analysts view the union as a powerful symbol of European unity at a time when the continent faces numerous challenges. This marriage creates an unprecedented link between two EU member states, explains international relations expert Dr. James Harrison. While purely symbolic, the emotional and cultural connections it fosters could influence diplomatic relations for generations to come. The couple has already announced their intention to use their combined platform to address global challenges. Their joint foundation, established last year, focuses on climate action, youth education, and refugee support. The wedding ceremony will include elements highlighting these causes, with donations to select charities requested in lieu of traditional gifts. A week of celebrations. The wedding festivities will span an entire week, divided between Madrid and Copenhagen. The celebrations begin with a welcome reception at the Palacio Real in Madrid, where guests will be treated to traditional Spanish cuisine and flamenco performances. This will be followed by a series of cultural events showcasing the best of Spanish arts and traditions. The religious ceremony itself will be a magnificent display of royal pageantry. The Spanish Royal Guard will line the processional route, while the Almedina Cathedral Choir, joined by the Danish National Chamber Choir, will provide musical accompaniment. The ceremony will be broadcast live to an estimated global audience of 750 million viewers. Following the Madrid ceremony, the entire wedding party will travel to Copenhagen aboard a specially chartered flight. The Danish portion of the celebrations will culminate in the civil ceremony at Christiansborg Palace, followed by a reception that promises to showcase Danish culture and traditions. The week will conclude with a joint appearance by the newlyweds on the balcony of Amalienborg Palace, where they will greet the crowds gathered in Copenhagen's historic square. This moment, already being compared to iconic royal balcony appearances of the past, will officially mark the beginning of their married life. Looking toward the future. As Princess Leonor and Prince Christian prepare for their wedding day, they're also preparing for a future that will see them as one of the most influential royal couples in European history. Their combined heritage connects them to over 600 years of royal tradition, while their progressive values position them as leaders of monarchy's evolution. The couple has already begun joint official duties, appearing together at state functions in both Spain and Denmark. Their easy rapport and shared commitment to public service have won praise from officials in both countries. They complement each other perfectly, observes a senior Spanish diplomat. Leonor's strategic mind pairs beautifully with Christian's natural charisma. Their marriage also represents a new chapter in Spanish-Danish relations, historically friendly but never as intimately connected as they will become next week. Trade delegations from both countries are already exploring expanded cooperation opportunities, while cultural exchange programs are being developed to strengthen ties between the two nations. The human side of royalty. Perhaps what makes this royal wedding most compelling is how it humanizes two young people born into extraordinary circumstances. Despite their titles and future crowns, Princess Leonor and Prince Christian's love story resonates with universal themes of young love, commitment, and the courage to follow one's heart. Their journey from teenage friendship to royal marriage has been documented through years of careful media attention, showing two individuals growing not just in love with each other, but into their roles as future leaders. Their willingness to share glimpses of their private moments, from studying together during their university years to supporting each other through the challenges of royal duty, has endeared them to millions worldwide. As they prepare to exchange vows next week, Princess Leonor and Prince Christian stand at the threshold of making history. Their marriage will be remembered not just as a spectacular royal wedding, but as the moment when two young people chose love over convention and, in doing so, changed the face of European monarchy forever. The fairy tale that began in a Welsh boarding school will reach its first major milestone next week in the grandest of settings. But for Princess Leonor and Prince Christian, the real magic lies not in the pageantry or the protocol, but in the simple promise they'll make to each other, to love, honor, and cherish, whether in times of royal triumph or personal challenge, for all the days of their lives. In a world often divided by borders and differences, their union serves as a powerful reminder that love remains the most universal language of all, even when spoken in the rarefied dialect of European royalty.